Hello everybody, thank you for clicking on this video. I am here today, as you saw in the title, to show you how to cut the lace on a human hair lace front wig. So I have a unit on right now. This is actually the same colored unit. So we do offer the same colors in different lengths and styles. If you have any questions about that, make sure you hit us up and we can answer all your questions. But today, as I said, I'm just going to show you how we're going to cut the lace on this unit. Now, this can be a daunting process for a lot of people, and it could even, I guess, put you off purchasing because you would be a little bit worried about ruining the lace. I know in store we get a lot of comments like, oh no, you cut it, like I'm gonna ruin it, which of course we're happy to do. But for our beautiful clients that are ordering online, we wanted to show you in depth. So you can see it is actually kind of easy and that you will definitely not have any issues in doing this. We really believe that everyone can do it. Just watch this video, go slow when you are doing it. And if you're not sure, just stop, come back to the video and yeah, then go back to cutting the lace. I do just want to mention before we start that we are next door to an over 50s health center. They do actually do a lot of great things for their clients, but if you can hear any music, that is where it's coming from. They're doing their morning class. I believe it's about 9 a.m. when I'm filming this. So I do apologize. We are working on improving the quality of our sound, so thank you for persevering with us. If you're watching this sort of later on, hopefully the issue's fixed in all of our current videos and you can just ignore me. Okay, let's get into it. What we're gonna need is a brush, a couple of clips to keep some hair off our face and away from the lace so we don't cut it. And then of course, scissors. If you have a newish pair of kitchen scissors that are sharp and that you trust, then you can use those. Alternatively, just getting yourself a little cheap pair of like hairdressing scissors. They don't have to be the best, but just make sure you're not using a blunt pair of scissors because you don't want to damage the lace or cause it to fray using a blunt pair of scissors. Okay, so I'm going to take this unit off, pop this one on, and let's get into cutting the lace. Okay guys, it is freezing here, so I've popped my jumper on. I'm sorry, but I hope it's cute and not distracting. All right, let's go. I have Summer 22 inches, and basically I'm just going to pop the unit on, pulling it sort of down everywhere. You want to make sure before you cut anything that you are happy with where it's all sitting and it's actually sitting in the right position. If you are doing this with a bald head, then the best thing to do is to pop the unit on, placing it around your ears, but then also just deciding where you want your hairline. Obviously, you may remember or have a line of regrowth or things like that that show you where your hairline was. You can go with that, you can make it lower, you can make it higher, it's really up to you. And the same if you are using a bald cap to cover up your hair, then you can't really go back because as you go back, it's going to sit on your hair. And then we're gonna have the bleach knots against black, which then defeats the purpose. So the whole point is to create a new sort of hairline just in front of your hairline. Or of course, you can make it quite short. But I personally think like I feel weird without my forehead. I feel like I need it. You know, I've got this big area here. Anyway, so get the unit where you want it to sit. I have these two pieces, like this section of hair on both sides that comes out quite far compared to the rest of my hairline. So I do generally have an issue actually with every size of this not quite sitting there, but that's just my weird issue with my own like strange hairline, but it never really bothers me. It's still pretty much covered. It's just that slight section there. Okay, so the unit's on, I'm happy. As always, we can part this unit anywhere, do anything with it, but I'm just going with the styling it had. I'll cut the lace and then we can sort of style from there. But basically at this point, we want all the hair off our face. Pull the hairline down to where I want it. Again, putting the end of the hairline or the front of the hairline just on your skin. So that will help also if you decide to glue the unit, because you actually glue the lace to your skin and not your hair, if that makes sense. It's like creating a new flawless hairline. The wigs are so natural that that's really the best thing to do. It's really simple that way. You don't have to then spend so long creating this really natural part. Just put it on. Okay guys, let me be quiet and get my scissors and we'll get into this. Okay, I have my clips as I mentioned, and I'm just gonna pop the hair up just so it gets out of the way. It doesn't cause the lace to pull or anything. Obviously don't pull this too tight back. We wanna sort of keep it where it needs to be, but also out of the way. Just like this. Beautiful. So natural. I feel like Dorothy right now. Okay, I have my sharp scissors. Basically, I'm going to start just cutting this down the middle. Okay, I'm going to bring you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. Because the lace is so transparent, it literally looks like I'm cutting nothing until now. If you don't have the greatest eyesight, then get someone to help you with this. It is a little bit difficult doing it in these really bright lights, just because it makes my eyes water, but just doing it in normal lighting would be great. And I'm just going to start sliding this, putting tension onto my forehead so that I'm not like shaky. Just in case there's any like chance of you at some point feeling shaky, I put this across my forehead. So the pressure's going there. And then I'm just with the other finger actually chopping. And that's the bonus of having a sharp pair of scissors or a pair of hairdressing scissors, is the flexibility to cut really well and clean. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I've cut that section, I've cut this back, and I'm going to pull this to create a bit of tension. Not too much, but just a little bit so that the lace doesn't move around. Now that is my hair, so I'm just gonna push that back just because it looks confusing. That is that side cut, apart from this under ear section. I'm going to leave that till the end. So I want to take this off and show you now how we cut this without it being on the head. Now, I personally find it easier to cut the unit like this, to cut the lace. I think because when you hold it up, you have a really clear view of the hairline. And basically, there's not really any way to cut it apart from on that hairline. So hear me out. We cut it along this hairline and then we put it on, and then if there's any excess hair, we can alter it then. But cutting it on your head, I think, is actually quite stressful. I don't think it is as clean as the other way. You can see here I'm just tidying up little bits of lace. And usually in store I would cut this back to the hairline. When I say cut to the edge, I just mean right to where the last hairs are tied, leaving like a mil or so. the lighting's making that lace look darker, but all the hair goes up to there. So here, holding up, just gonna cut this way. Doing this against the lighting is really great because you can obviously see exactly where the hairline is. And the tension of the unit pulling down makes it really, really nice and clean to cut. Okay, we've cut most of the lace off. Now we just need to sort out this little ear section. So I always leave these till last. I honestly don't know why, but I do. A little bit of extra stuff around the ears. Okay, let's go again on the other side. So I'm just pulling it taut like this. Okay, so that now is the full lace cut. I wanted to show you guys both ways, and you do whatever is most comfortable for you. But I wanted to show you both ways so you can see what you think. But I do love just cutting the lace off before I put it on, then altering it to suit me. Okay, our beautiful, gorgeous summer unit. Let's get her on. Okay, let's check out the ear placement now with the lace and just make sure we're happy with that. Basically, with the ear section, you want to make sure that the lace is not too far out and it's not hanging over your ears. Because this is a small size, I don't need to trim it, which actually sucks because I wanted to show you how to trim it. But if it's sitting perfectly with your hairline, always pull that back to make sure, then you're good. If not, you want to make sure that you pull the lace pretty tight. I'm going to trim this little section here. You can see a little bit of discoloring. Pull the lace tight, keep the hair out. Resting against your skin. And then if we hold this out, chip it. Now this whole section is really easy to cut. If you need to make any alterations, you can pull the hair back, lift the lace up slightly and cut along. I don't really need to do anything, but I'm gonna do this to show you. Just pull on the hair, it'll lift the lace up and you trim the edges. All right guys, so that is it. The lace is cut. If you want to see any videos on gluing the unit down or what to do with these earpieces, then check out the rest of our videos. Of course, as you wear the unit, if you find any areas that like bother you or whatever, you can trim that up as you go. Just make sure you're using sharp scissors. Get help if you need it. And we are here if you have any questions, of course. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you got something out of it, and we will see you in our next one. Thanks guys.